Well, welcome to the American Dream Los Angeles with Don Gentling and Gino Franti. We're excited to have you, and on this episode, we're going to show you something special. We're going to have this guy's wedding. That's right, he's going to share his wedding with us, aren't you, Don?
That's right, super excited to share a very special day, getting married to the love of my life, Christy, and you get to witness all, including, what? A lost ring? Yes, it happened, and you're gonna witness it.
That's right, but that's not it. We're also gonna travel and see Mike Razak, and Mike takes a lot of time and puts in a lot of effort to make sure he shows you some special areas of Los Angeles. And this time he wants us to slow down a little bit and pay attention to the details, so I can't wait for you to see it.
And then, you get to learn a little bit more about, what makes Don and Gino tick, and we're gonna let you in behind the scenes and learn a little bit more of where this all started, this Don and Gino thing, 12, 13 years ago.
Yep.
And you're gonna learn more about that.
And then we're gonna go over to the Westlake area in John Gardella. And oh my God, do we have a treat for you.
We're talking a $45 million home. Who doesn't want to see that? Can't wait for that myself.
And as usual, our favorite part of the show, and actually a lot of your favorite parts of the show from what we've been hearing. We're excited to hang out with the owner of a great restaurant, second generation, who teaches us how to eat sushi. He kind of like almost like, don't do that, do it like this. We're like, oh, God, it's
now I know. So you're gonna know when you tune in to this amazing episode. Let's get going, Gino.
Sounds great.
The search is over, baby. I'm right here, and I got it.
The American Dream, the only show that combats negative media, not owned by a network, commercial-free, unscripted.
I got it.
These are stories for you and by you.
I got it. I got it. I got it. I'm having the time of my life. Everything is going alright. Ooh, I just made them look twice. This is how it feels when you living that good life.
Well, welcome to American Dream Presents with Don Gentling and
Gino Franti.
that's right. So we're going to let you learn a little bit more about what makes Don and Gino tick. Why do you need to watch American Dream Los Angeles? And where did all this start? Where did this partnership come from? So we're going to have some fun today and rock this and let you learn a little bit more about us.
I stepped out of construction, I sold my business, and I left to Argentina and got married to Nella.
Lucky
who I've now
you.
been married to
Lucky you.
for almost 18 years. That's awesome. Definitely my better half.
Took me half a century to figure it out and finally found Christy.
But we're good now. We're good.
Yeah, I'm good.
Totally solid. I went to work for Don in 2007 as a young and green mortgage broker.
Anything that I asked him to learn or do, he's like, what do I need to do? I mean, here, study this. A week later, he came back and learned it front and back. He put in the effort better than anyone else to where I basically said, I think you need to come join my team and help me grow the business.
My dad's gonna say, I never ever got that kind of response. Every time my dad tried to tell me what to do, I was like, don't tell me what to do, I'm an adult.
It had to do with money. You knew you could make more money.
It did. In 2012, we decided to make a little bit of a change and go out on our own. It was Don's Jerry Maguire moment with his fish
I
tank.
did, exactly. Who's coming with me?
And he did
Who's
have a
coming
fish
with
tank.
me?
I swear to God, he had a fish tank.
And we basically ran our own company with our own P&L, meaning if something goes really bad, you don't get paid.
How about this part? If something went really well, you also don't get paid because it all has to go back into the business to
That's
grow
funny.
it.
Yeah,
That was the
boy,
disclaimer
that was
nobody told you.
hard. Yeah. So that's a tough thing to learn. So we've now learned to get through that. We had to I remember going to Gino and going, hey, what do you got in your pocket? And he's like, 20? I'm like, well, give me 10. We're 50-50 partners. I ain't need it. I mean, we were really
struggling,
scraping.
We struggled. Right now, you're
you're at the Red Line in North
This
Hollywood.
area has grown so much. A lot different from when you were a kid, right, Gino?
Oh, absolutely.
So much easier when you have a partner, because when I'm having a bad day, he picks up the slack. When he's having a bad day, I pick up the slack. In fact, we have a third partner. A lot of times she has to pick up the slack.
Yeah, we couldn't handle each other's stuff, so we had to get another partner to help out.
We never wavered from our vision, and the vision is still the same. We haven't really had to change the vision. We just added more people that believe in our vision and that are helping us achieve our vision. It didn't come easy, and we had to be stubborn about success. I mean, it's really a story of failure more than it is a story about success. In the early years, Don goes on some sort of field trip, and he calls me on the way home, and I'm working, and he calls me, he's like, dude, we're gonna start a radio show, and I'm like, what are you talking about?
I'm like, yeah, April 1st.
I'm like, April Fool's Day, I got it. And he's like, no, seriously.
No, it's done deal. So it just happened to be now the owner and CEO of American Dream, Craig Sewing. So he was head of what was called back then Real Estate Radio Network, with the goal of rebuilding the real estate market because it was really hurting at that time.
We were able to put together a show that was helpful for people and help them get good answers and slowly help people back on the road. And we really did help rebuild the real estate market. I think we definitely achieved what they set out to achieve.
In our hometown, Newhall, California. Now, Craig Sewings reached back out to us because he started something incredible called American Dream TV, because they want to debunk negative media again and put out positive information that's going to change lives for the better and inform you about things you probably didn't know about your own neighborhood. We really enjoy doing this, and this is right up our alley, right, Gino?
That's right. So I hope you enjoyed spending a little time with Don and I. I know we've spent a really good time having fun the last few years, and look forward to doing it all over again and continuing to grow and having you be a part of it with us.
Thanks for joining us today.
All right, that's right. Have a good one, and we'll catch you later.
Welcome back to the American Dream TV. I'm Mike Razak. We're here in Los Angeles, California, in my hometown, Sherman Oaks. And as promised from previous episodes, I want to show you some of our art. And not just the kind of art you're going to find in a museum. I'm talking about the kind of art you're going to see on the street, just driving around, looking at things. I hope you enjoy some of my hand-chosen selections. They're some of my favorites. So here's our first stop. I said before, LA's a lot about having fun. I'm gonna hit it right on the nose today, fun. This is a huge piece of art. You could see it from the main road here. It's called Ventura Boulevard. It's about 60 feet tall. It's a giant piece of ice cream. Who doesn't like ice cream? I like to eat. Just kind of a taste of what you're gonna be seeing. So this is one of my favorite initiatives. It's called Let's Paint Sherman Oaks. They've got a hashtag right here, and you can even visit the artists right here. They actually make it so that you can go visit them. What I really like about this initiative is that the city actually commissioned this, and there's hundreds of these utility boxes in Sherman Oaks, and almost all of them are painted, and it gives the artist a little bit of recognition, and also makes it a little less of an eyesore to drive around every day. So this is one of my favorite pieces on Ventura Boulevard. We're outside of Floyd's Barber Shop on Ventura Boulevard, and this is a mural of a movie, The Outsiders. One of the recurring themes is stay gold, still relevant today. So I got one more nugget to share with you today in keeping with the artistic theme of our show. And that's Craig Strong's listing. It's so artistic, it's so interesting. It's even on a street called Wonderland. Hey Craig, how are you, man?
Good, how you doing?
Okay.
Welcome to Wonderland.
Thanks, man. I love the entryway for this place.
Yeah, no, it's great. It's great. The details in here, you'll see the artist that owns this house, and there's more great details inside. Let's go check it out.
Okay, let's go.
All right.
This place, I mean, almost looks like a folk art dream. It's actually a fun feel. I feel like I'm almost in an ice cream shop. Can you tell me a little bit about this place?
Absolutely. So listen, just for the details, I mean, it's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath.
Okay.
It's just under 1,700 square feet. But what's great about it is the owner of this property is an artist, and you'll see there's just certain areas that she just wanted to put her touch into without overdoing it, without making other people feel when they come to see the house, like what's going on in here. She just did a great job on it, and everyone that's coming through this house, they feel the magic in this house, and that's what she wanted. You're just off of Mulholland over here. It's a great location. You know, you're up in the hills. It's private. People just really love it. And what's great about this house, it really does make it magical, is her detail to the art that she did herself that's on some of the beams, some entryways, things like that. It just has a great feel to it. So why don't we walk around? I can show you some of the detail, and you tell me what you think.
I can't wait. I feel like a kid again in this house. It's so fun.
You are a kid.
Right.
So. So Michael, look how cute this kitchen is.
Yeah.
Now you have this major beam going through a kitchen, so what are you gonna do with it? She made it fun, she put love into it, and you know what, and when people come through here, they feel that. They can feel like, wow, this is really an owner that really loved this place and came up with something creative on her own.
Yeah.
It creates that atmosphere that makes it magical, and it makes someone feel like, oh, the last owner took pride in this. I'm gonna take pride in this house too, and I'm gonna keep this piece of art. Even on the stairs going up, you know, on the risers, she did a little art on each riser. She did a great job on it, and I appreciate when I have a seller that can do something like that on a house, because I know other people will appreciate that also when they come through here.
All right, Craig. Well, thanks for showing me this house. And I really want to thank you because it ties in well with what we were talking about in the earlier part of the show, which is, you know, slow down, pay attention, look at the details, look at the art. There's so much creativity where we live. I like the fact that there's folk art almost everywhere you go in LA. And this is just another confirmation that, you know, people are out there, they're doing different things, and it's beautiful.
Yeah.
I love this house.
Well, great. Well, thanks for coming over and checking it all out. You know, it's a great house and it's unique, so I'm glad you appreciate it.
All right. So on the theme of having fun, I'm going to throw it back to Don and Gino, where I know they're just having a great time right now.
Well, welcome back to Don and Gino American Dream Presents, and we love that Mike and Craig present so much when we got to their neck of the woods, Toluca Lake, Universal City, and they always have fun doing it.
Yeah, and what was really cool about Mike is he's always trying to find some aspect of the city that you would have never seen if you weren't watching the show. I know that he puts a lot of love and effort into that planning part of the show.
And then we get the beauty of having, Craig Strong, the real estate agent to the stars, always adds a little flair and a lot of fun and some beautiful homes. So thank you again for another great segment. I say it's time to head to our next one, Gino.
Let's do it.
Thank you, Don and Gino, for that great introduction. And boy, do I have a segment for you guys on American Dream TV in Ventura County. My name's John Gardella, and I'm the host. And today, we are going over the Santa Monica mountain range, 8 miles from Westlake Village, down into 21 miles of beach, beautiful property in Malibu. That's right, Malibu. And guess what? We are going to see Gary and Nicole, and they are going to show us their $45 million property right on the ocean. I am so excited to be showing you guys this today. Let's go down to Gary and Nicole right now.
Thank you, John. Really appreciate that. This is Nicole Van Paris, and I'm Gary Neeson with Engel and Voelkers.
Yes, absolutely. We couldn't be happier to be in this incredible private estate in Malibu, right in front of the ocean, ready to jump in.
Welcome to the great room, and what a great room it is. Beautiful sunlight. It's just gorgeous. What a lifestyle here. And when you look outside, the ocean views are tremendous and just stunning.
So we're situated here on almost 2 acres on a bluff, which gives you such amazing panoramic views. Right away when you walk in, you see this glamorous view of the ocean and of course of the great room.
And what I love about this is all the French doors line from the kitchen all the way down to the great room into the office. We're surrounded by nature completely and private.
Exactly, very, very private property. I mean, on a bluff especially, how rare is that? Wow.
Wow.
Now this is Malibu, right? This
Totally
is Malibu. Now, in this room, look at this vaulted ceiling and the views and the floor and the fireplace. Wow. Now you understand why people want to live in Malibu. This room is a Zen room. Completely private, sweet, strong. I love it.
Oh, I've always loved this Hampton style. Beautiful, beautiful, and the bright and white
Yeah, the white makes it just gorgeous.
and the beautiful floors, the wood floors are just stunning. Everything. What's not to love?
Gary, you can entertain so many people here. Look at this incredible structure.
Could you imagine our friends coming here?
Oh,
I'll see if I can score us the guest house. It's right there.
and then one day we swim in the pool and one day we swim in the ocean.
I love it. I'm in.
This is now my new favorite spot. Can you imagine waking up and having a cup of coffee here and enjoying all of this, the sound of the waves and seeing all this ocean life?
Absolutely. Or champagne at night and watching the sunset over the ocean.
Oh, yes, yes, yes.
A new perspective.
Wow, wow, you guys found the perfect spot. Look at this.
Incredible, no?
Let's just go jump into the big old pool. Wow, this is unbelievable. Yeah, I can't believe the properties that we've seen with you guys in the last couple shows. I mean, it reiterates your guys' versatility as real estate agents in the high-end market. And I can't thank you enough for allowing me to come onto this property to sit here next to you guys. It has been an absolute treat.
It's been our pleasure.
Yeah, so with that said, I'm gonna go because I don't want to be a third wheel or anything. So I'm gonna head on out. You guys enjoy the nice romantic view, and thank you again.
Thank you, John.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
All right. Pretty impressive, huh? Not a bad property. I hope you all enjoyed American Dream TV out here in Malibu at our $45 million listing with Gary Neeson and Nicole Van Paris from Engel and Voelkers. Look forward to seeing you next show. And until then, Don and Gino, try and beat this one. Have a great one.
All right, hopefully you're ready for this. This is my favorite segment. I know it's yours. We talk about that all the time, but it truly is. I mean, it's Don and Gino's Food Adventures.
Well, the reality is that Don and Gino's Food Adventure started as the burger connoisseur because we were traveling around eating a bunch of different burgers at different places, and we were having so much fun doing it, we were kind of limited with the burger thing. So we said, why don't we open it up and do something a little different?
I still like burgers, though.
Burgers can still be part of the Food Adventures, hence why there's such a large portion of the logo.
So hopefully you enjoy today's food adventure. I know we will.
Let's go eat. We have the pleasure today to bring you to one of our favorite food joints. On Don and Gino Food Adventure, not only are we going to visit a great sushi restaurant right here in North Hollywood, California, Chiba, but we're also going to have one of our great co-hosts, Steve Korn, joining us today. You're going to get to know him better, and you're going to see a lot of him in the future.
And you get to hang out with us and the owner of Chiba and learn what makes this place so special. So join us for Don and Gino Food Adventures.
Let's go check it out.
Welcome to Don and Gino's Food Adventures. And we are in Steve Korn's and Gino Bronte's hometown. Like we said, we're going to show you gems that you didn't know about. Well, these guys know about it because they grew up here in North Hollywood. And we're at one of your favorites, right, Gino?
Yeah, actually, before Steve and I really got to know each other, I had been visiting this restaurant at its old location because it was next to my work. So for many, many years, this was our favorite spot for lunch.
And then, you know, it's one of those kind of things when you can be anywhere in the world and you wake up in the morning and you think about, man, what would I do to have an order of Shig's three-way salmon? Well, today, folks, you're going to get a chance to meet the master right here, Shig Chiba, good friend and a stalwart in the business of sushi and hospitality. Welcome, Shig. Good
Hi.
to have you.
How you doing?
All right, man.
How lucky are we?
Hi.
Yeah, man. That's awesome. Shig, tell us a little bit about where this restaurant started and where it's going.
This restaurant started in 1973. My parents started the business, and I was just 11 years old when I came from Japan. I like to keep my menu traditional as much as we can, but of course we have to, cater to a local taste as well.
I come here and Shig, he's learned over the years how I eat, so he's the master, man.
My God, you just
he
go
brings
for
it
it.
on, man. Brings it on. That's such a great experience. Well, these are two of my favorites of all time. It's always good to start off the meal with this, so I'll let the master describe what we're eating.
The red fish is toro. Toro is a fatty portion of bluefin tuna. They're usually about 300 to 600 pounds. The other one is yellowtail hamachi. Comes from Japan.
All right, let's dig in, boys. Oh, yummy. The quality here is the difference, like having a great steak versus an okay steak, having a great filet or a great ribeye versus an okay one. This is quality fish, and you can taste it. It just melts in your mouth.
Well, here we are for probably one of my favorite dishes. I absolutely love salmon, and to have salmon done 3 different ways, each one special in their own way, it's just really a treat.
The first is lightly grilled salmon.
Right here.
Yeah, served with ponzu sauce. The second one is fresh salmon sushi with sweet seaweed and shiso leaf underneath. Yeah, and the third is salmon belly cut sushi with black caviar. So we have here a Japanese red snapper. It's also known as sea bream. It gets flown in from Japan, and also Japanese scallop. It comes from Hokkaido part of Japan, which is the most northern part of Japan. It's an island.
Boy, now we walked into a whole different flavor palette of what we've had earlier.
And the texture of this fish, as I would say, it's not super soft, it's not super firm, it's like middle.
Yeah.
It's got a nice, perfect bite or chew to it. I love it.
Yeah, it definitely has it's a little firmer than everything we've had so far.
Yeah,
So
the firmness is a sure sign of freshness in this kind of fish. This is one of our specialty soup that we serve here. The main ingredient is white pine mushrooms. The local Indian tribe has the right to this mushroom, so you have to get permits from them.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
So this is a very unique thing.
Yeah, every year we buy about 20 to 30 pounds of it. It's a little bit rare for a Japanese restaurant. It's
Truly a treat.
and the ingredient
It's exciting.
has scallop,
Oh, look at that.
shrimp.
Little treat.
Oh, I've died and gone to heaven right now. Look at that.
Shrimp. Thank you, Shig, for all
Thank
these
you.
little treats and
Oh,
the
hey.
knowledge and the background, because it makes everything better.
Yes.
I mean, you're not just going to a
I'm
restaurant,
glad that you
chowing
like-
down food, because you see that. Everybody's just like, oh, sushi's in. No, but this is a treat. This is an experience.
Yes.
And that's what we want to bring to you by being part of Don Gino's Food Adventures. And Mr. Steve Corner, of course, you're going to see him quite a bit as well as our fellow foodie. What a treat being here at Chiva in North Hollywood. Your guys' background, and thank you for a great day today.
Yeah, it was fantastic.
Absolutely
Really, thank you so
fantastic.
much for
having
your
me.
time.
Yeah.
And thank you for being part of Food Adventures. You can always find out more at donandgino.com.